Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Let's talk about safety today. Last week on Haul in America, 2 crew members died. I'm not sure how they died. I always wait to get the facts before I go into these stories, I don't want to sensationalize the loss of 2 people. So maybe in a video in the future, I'll give you guys an update. But all I know right now is from Haul in America, 2 crew members died. So that's a very sad event, of course. So I just want to tell you about that. Now, on that cue there, I want to talk about 9 ways you can stay safe on your cruise, because John in Missouri did ask me. He says, Mitch, you talk about cruising a lot, but do you ever talk about safety on a cruise ship? Great point, John. Let's get right down to it. 9 points, okay? First one is your drink package, your alcohol, okay? You have to watch, seriously, you have to watch your alcohol consumption because you're on a ship. If you're in a bar, not on the water, say you go outside, well, that's one thing because you're not going to fall over, right? But on a ship, you increase your chances of falling over when you're drunk because you're not controlling yourself at all, right? Also, too, on the ship, just like in a bar, do not accept a drink from anybody else. The same rules apply. I don't care. You might think, oh, it's a cruise ship, we're safe, we're having fun, whatever. No, because a cruise ship is almost the same as a small community, right? In every community, you have 99% people on the community are good people, but you always have that 1% who are boneheads. So to be careful of the boneheads, do not take a drink from anybody else who offers you one. Do not do that. Number 2, when you go around the ship to wander around, to look around, if you're not secure, you don't feel safe, whatever, buddy up. Now, a lot of people don't care. They walk around on their own, explore the ship. That's fine. But if you are not one of those people, it's okay. Ask your friend or your loved one, whatever, hey, let's walk around the ship together, because what's better safe than sorry, correct? So that's okay too. Another thing too is when you're in your cabin, make sure you practice safety in there. Just be smart about what you're doing in the cabin, because this goes into number 4, is that if you have a balcony, remember again, I do it all the time. I always lean in the balcony, I look around there, I'm always aware, look in the water, the birds, whatever, right? But when you're on that balcony, you're on that deck right there, on your balcony in your room, just be safe out there, guys, okay? Because you can fall over. They come to about my chest, so low, about this high here. But if you're not careful what you're drinking, maybe, or you're not paying attention, or people playing around on the balcony, you might fall over. You just don't know, so you gotta be careful of that. Number 5 for safety is this: use that safe in your cabin. So this means that you don't gotta take along every expensive watch and ring you have when you're cruising in the first place. There's no need for that, That's why I have here in my drawing, I did a Bobo watch, and stuff like that, because I'm trying to give you guys alternatives to bringing on your really nice, expensive stuff. No need for all that, right? But if you do, right, because there's 2 or 3 nights you go out to the nice, you get dressed up for dinner, and that's very fine, I get that, okay? But my wife and I, we use the safe in the room for our stuff, They work great, never had a break-in yet, for our safe stuff. So instead of putting your stuff, by your bed when you're there, whatever, when you're not there, whatever, just put it in the safe. It just takes away a lot of headache. Yeah, I love the people who work in the cabins and take care of our cabin, whatever. It's great, but what if something like fell off the side, it's out of sight, you might blame the poor person working in the room when he or she had nothing to do with it, right? So what I do, I always really advocate for using those safes in the room, okay? At this point here too, I want to tell you guys to please subscribe to my channel. I get about 89% of the people who just look and take notes, they walk away. I have 11% who subscribe, so thank you very much. Please be one of those subscribers and not be a drive-by person, okay? Number 6 for safety, get acquainted with that person who does your room, the cabin steward. There are some great people. I have enjoyed my talks and hanging out sometimes with them. I do. And so it's really cool. You learn a lot, Of course, I don't ask them a bunch of questions, but I want to say, hey, how are you? How's it going? We talk a little bit, and we go our way. But if you get to know them a little bit, it's probably going to be to your benefit in the safety realm, because they know who you are. And so that's a really good thing to have. Is it a guarantee? No, but it's nice to have that, right? Number 7, don't go around carrying a large amount of cash in your pocket. I saw a guy that, he won a couple grand, he had a big wad of cash on him, So I think he's under that false illusion that because you're on a ship, you're safe, nothing's going to happen. In my world, you never get under that false illusion. You always want to be aware. You don't have to be like, always, but you have to be aware of your surroundings and look what's going on at all times, right? You don't walk around with 2 or 3 grand in your hand in the street, so you don't do it on a ship either. It's just plain common sense. The rules that apply in life in the street at work apply in life on the ship. It's the same thing, you know? So people think somehow because they're on a ship, they can behave in a different way. You can't. You can't get drunk in the bar, go to the balcony. You can't be walking around with a lot of cash in your hand. I'm just trying to tell you guys to make your life easier this way. Put that cash away. No need to flaunt it, okay? Because again, 99% of people are great. That 1% are not so great, okay? Number 8, this happens, but sometimes they invite people, the crew members will invite people to come into their quarters, okay? It's happened more times than I can recount on my news I hear about sometimes. Never take that invite and never go to see their crew quarters. You just don't want to do that, guys, because in the end, you'll still have your cruise. You'll still come home happy and safe, but they might, even though they're probably trying to be friendly or whatever, it's going to cost them their job, okay? And that's not a cool trade-off, right? So don't take that offer ever, because you don't want to do that to somebody, you know? It's never a good deal. Here's the one that people should pay attention to, but they don't pay attention. Pay attention to the muster drill, right? You get on that ship, go to where you're supposed to go in case of the emergency. Pay attention to the screen that says where you gotta go, who you gotta be with at what time, whatever, right? The muster is there for a reason. You know, it's there to help you in case something happens. You know where to go, who to meet, how to be there, so on and so forth. It's to save your life. And so you'll see a lot of people ignore the muster call. They ignore the information. They just ignore everything. And I've never understood that. If you want to know how to respond to an emergency, the muster call is what's going to help you out. The muster drill helps you out to get you ready for these things, okay? Because yes, it's a ship. It's supposed to be 99% not ever going to capsize or go down, right? But in everything in life, there's always that 1%. And so if that 1% occurs, you want to be prepared, right? I do it because I want to make sure my wife is safe and that I'm safe, right? So if I'm paying attention, I get to make sure she'll be safe for sure, and hopefully I'll be safe too. That's why I watch it. I want to make sure I know what's going on, you know? So those are my 9 safety tips for you guys. Please comment down below if you've got more to add. Add more to this conversation, because you guys, this is not a channel. This is a community, right? I've always come across the way as community, and I mean that, right? So spread the knowledge and the education to the rest of us, me included. Say, hey, Mitchell, you forgot this one and this one and this one. Add to this conversation, add to the community, okay? You guys have a great night and take care, and look up, think in probably 2 videos from now, we'll do another giveaway, okay? All right, take care.